Welcome to Intentionally Waiting, Season 3, Episode 2. So, have I got a treat for you today? Oh my gosh, my week, it's been hectic, literally hectic. I can't begin to tell you exactly the kind of week that I've had, but just take my word for it when I say it's been hectic. But anyway, I'm here today and I'm showing up for me and also for you. And I've got something I hope it's going to bless you today, because it definitely blessed me. I stumbled upon a book and it was called Waiting and Dating by Miles Monroe. I think I've got that right. If I haven't, sorry, I've plugged somebody else's book. But anyway. So I bought the book and I spent all week reading it, and it's just an easy read. It's like so simple, so straightforward. And I had like loads of aha moments. And I think it's because I was struggling in a little bit of a way. And we're in this period where we are moving on from intention and moving into commitment, and it's trying to understand what does that mean, and who are you actually going to commit to, who is going to commit to you, and how do you know that you're committing to the right person. So these are really important things, because like I said, aside giving your life up for Jesus, aside that, giving your life to Christ, the next most important thing in your life is who you choose for your life partner. And God guides you and directs you, but ultimately I believe that you do make the choice. God doesn't force you to pick somebody. You choose somebody, but you choose the person based on a number of criteria. And if you're walking with God and you are walking close to where God is, and you're not a million miles away from him, either in front or behind, you will hear the way he's telling you to walk, and then you will choose right. But the journey can be as tough or as easy as you want it to be. And I have made my journey really, really tough. It's been like this. It's a roller coaster. If you followed me already, watched any of my podcasts, you will know that one week it's like, hello, it's Clara, and another week it's Clara. But today it's kind of like it's a good day, because I've come to some real home truths, some real realizations about my journey. And what I want to share to you today is about friendships, because I don't know about you, I'm not the kind of person that has lots and lots of friends, and only up until recently I've kind of not really valued friendships to a certain degree, because I've traveled a lot. So in traveling, you meet people and then you move to another place, and those people you leave behind, and sometimes it's very difficult to bring people into the life that you're in. But I'm learning the benefits of friendship, and I'm learning the true desires that one needs to have when it comes to friendship. And I'm realizing that also, before you can actually pick your life partner, or you get chosen by your life partner, you got to understand what it is to be a true friend to somebody. You've got to understand what true friendship is, and you've got to walk that walk. And but if you don't know that there are degrees and levels of friendship, you would automatically think that if I can't be sexually, or if I can't be physically attracted to you, I can't really be a deep friend. If we don't share common things, we can't be friends, Whereas what this book lays down is the 4 degrees of friendship. 4 degrees of friendship. And really blessed me, because it enabled me to then go back and look at my friends, look at all the friends that I have, and actually determine, where does each friend fit into? And the reason why it's important is because there's a level of friendship which is called an intimate friendship that you have with somebody. And it's only really at that level of friendship that you can even consider if this person could be your life partner. But what happens is most of us don't get to that level. Most of us get to a casual friendship or even a close friendship and we think, yeah, this is it. But there's that fourth level of friendship, which is a spiritual connection that you have with another person. I don't know whether you've ever had friends and you just clicked instantly and you don't know what draws both of you together. It may not necessarily be that you've got like things or you do things that you like together. It may not even be that, but you just feel there's something about this person that connects you to that other person. Now that is a spiritual connection. But then there's like good spiritual connections and there are bad spiritual connections. So, when you walk with Jesus, he will point you in the right way to a good spiritual connection. But the thing about the spiritual connection is that what brings you together is over and above the, the outwardly thing. So, you've got the first level of friendship, which is, acquaintances. And yeah, sometimes you don't think that having an acquaintance is a friendship, but actually it is some sort of relationship, and it is a friendship because you might just see them now and again. You may be somebody in your office, for instance, that you go to work with. You don't see them outside of work, but you're acquainted to them, so they're your acquaintance. You talk to them when they're there, you share certain things, but their boundaries are surrounding it, and those boundaries neither you nor they cross, and you're perfectly fine with it because that's a good acquaintance, relationship, friendship. And then you move from acquaintances to casual friends. Now, casual friends are kind of like people that you could do life with to a certain extent. You have things that are in common, but again, you're not that personal with them. But then, yeah, you can go play golf together, for instance. These are casual friends. You can go on nights out together. If you know that, they like to watch a certain movie, you call them up, you go watch movies together. You've got things that are in common, but you are not necessarily, connected to a point that they know that your ins and outs. Then you've got the third, which is the close friendship. And close friendships, that's where most of us, when we say somebody is a real close friend, that's where the close friendship sits. They know a lot about you. You have lots of things that you do in common. You actually have like things that you share. You've got morals that you share, values that you share, and all those kind of things. And you love hanging out with them. They love hanging out with you. And these are close friendships. And you build up those close friendships over time. And you get to a level of trust. Now, sometimes at this point, someone will go, oh yeah, because we're close, I can move that on into marriage. If you are, and that may well be so, but I believe from a Christian perspective, you have to have that spiritual connection in addition to everything else. Because if you're not spiritually connected, you can't walk hand in hand on the spiritual level, which is what God requires us to do. He requires us to walk not just by the flesh, but be led by the Holy Spirit and be led spiritually. And if you're not spiritually connected, then you can't. As much as you would want to, and this is where it comes to people, saying, my preference is this, my preference is that. But if you don't have a preference of being spiritually connected with this person, then you are going to have a tough time. Now, how do you know when you're spiritually connected? I don't 100% know the answer to that because I'm working it out. So throughout the weeks, you'll probably see, I don't know, I'll come back with, this makes sense, that makes sense. But at this point, I'm just starting the journey. So I'm just sharing with you what I am learning and what I'm picking up at this point in time. But in a spiritual connection, it's like you actually are more concerned for the welfare of the other person than you are about yourself when it comes to the relationship, And I know God says, first of all, love him, then love your neighbor as your friend, as yourself. So when it comes to a spiritual connection, you only really want good for them and you seek for good for them. They're the sort of people that, when you see something that is going to benefit their life, you have got no problems, no qualms in sharing that thing with them. They're the kind of person that when they're going through a tough time, when you know their habits, what makes them smile, how they fellowship. You have pure fellowship with them. There's just so much stuff about them that connects you together. And when you have this kind of connection, you don't then need the sexual connection that you ordinarily will have the other way around. And here's the thing, here is the thing. You can get to a level of spiritual connection through sex. This is the on par scenario. And this is one of the struggles that I've been having, because I'm like, well, if you met someone and you had sexual intercourse with them, and I hope there's nobody watching this that's underage. If you are, go get permission from your parents before you watch this. But anyway, if you have sexual connections with someone, you automatically get a spiritual connection. But the problem with that is that you then don't have the other foundation. And it's very difficult for you to go backwards and get that other foundation, because you've already got the spiritual connection with that person. So, but in order to maintain that, it's like, you need to keep having sex, you need to keep having intercourse, you need to keep doing, to maintain it, because when that goes, ultimately you don't really have anything that connects you together. And that's a very, very, very dangerous place to be in, because that's when things start to fall over. That's when you get divorces. That's when relationships fall over. That's when, engagements fall over. And we're not looking for that. We're looking for lifetime partners that we are going to do life with to the end of our physical life on earth. So this is why it's important not to have sex. This is not sex education. No, it's not. But this is the reason why, because you can confuse the two, and the two align very much. But what I believe is that, when you have a spiritual connection with someone, when it's got the right way, that bond will always be there. No matter what, that bond will always be there. And then when you then get married, when the sexual component comes in, the sexual maintains you at that level. So even if you are not having sex, you still have got that bond that is so strong. And that's why people say, I married my soulmate. Because essentially what they're saying is that I've married somebody that I have got such a spiritual connection with, that when we come together, it's almost as if we're one. And that's what you need to seek. You need to get to that point. So exercise. Exercise. Go through all your friends and put them in the various buckets. And if I haven't explained it well, or you want the actual explanation from the person that wrote the book, I urge you, go and buy the book. It is maximum, you're not going to spend more than £20 on the book, depending on if you want a hard copy, or if you're like a person like me that likes the audio version. But yeah, put everybody into different buckets, and you will see where somebody fits. And the thing is as well, it's not just about you having that connection, but it's also got to be, they've got to have that same connection with you. Because if you're out there giving, thinking, I've got a spiritual connection with this person, they don't have a spiritual connection with you, you don't have a connection, because a connection requires two people to actually connect together. So you've just got a desire. Clara, you're talking today, you've just got a desire. So, and a desire doesn't work. So you have to check and test each time. I don't know, one of the podcasts I was talking about, when the dance that you guys have together, you've always got to keep checking that you are on the same friendship level as the other person. Don't try running ahead, because that will get you into problems. Because if somebody is a casual friend, they're a casual friend. You may desire for that to be more, but you need to check to see where you are. And if you desire for it to be more, then that's a conversation. You know what? I really enjoy your company, and I would actually like us to be a little bit closer than acquaintances. Okay, let's move to that stage. Or they can go, well, actually, no, I'm perfectly fine where I am. And then that that's the level that they're committed to give to you. Now, if you want to make them a close friend, then that's entirely your choice. But then don't expect that back if they've already told you that that's not the level that they're prepared to go to. And vice versa, the same could happen to you. Somebody might want to be really close with you, and this is where we get those icky moments where we're like, I don't know what to do with this relationship, because the person seems like they want to come close to me, but I don't really want to get close to them. That's a conversation. You need to have a conversation so that you can both be on the same page. Now, if you find that when you're connecting with somebody and you're moving very easily through the stages of friendship and you're getting yourself into that intimate spiritual connection between you, then, you know, walk that out, see what that looks like. And then maybe at some point that may also be a conversation as to, actually, you know what, guy, you know, there's just something great about this relationship that we have. Like, I always want the best for you. I'm constantly looking out for you. You know, when I see things that I know is going to suit you, I talk to them about you. We're walking with God together. We've both got the same desires. The way in which we want to bring up children are the same. The way in which we want to live, build a family is the same. Our desires are the same. The things that we like, we have so much stuff in common. Do we want to actually choose each other? Do you know what I mean? And that then becomes a conversation, and then you move to the next stage, which is engagement, and we're not talking about that because I'm not there yet. but you see what I mean? And this is why, I guess I'm passionate about it, because when you get a revelation about something and it helps to put all the blocks that you've just been confused up in your head, and you can actually download it from your head right onto paper or wherever, it just makes life so much easier. So I hope that today has blessed you in the way that, that has blessed me. Understanding what your friendships are and walking them out, and knowing that having a friend, it's a great thing. It's a good thing. Being someone's friend is a great thing. It's a good thing. Going through the different levels, having friends at different levels is great. Not all friends are going to be intimate. Not all friends are going to be close. Not all friends are going to be casual. And not all friends are going to be acquaintances. And it's okay to have a variety of different friends, but value the friendships as what they are and where they are, And know that it takes effort. It is a two-man game here. It takes effort. You can't make a friendship all by yourself. Make sure you test as well. Make sure you test. Is this person on the same level as me? Is this person on the same page as me? Am I running ahead? Am I trying to get to an intimate connection, intimate friendship, and this person is not there yet, or will never be there? And when you do get to an intimate connection with a person, it doesn't always mean that it's going to go into marriage. It's just maybe that you've just got a real good, great friendship with this person. And that's okay. Walk it out. Walk it out. So, yeah, so that's it. That's it. So I'm going to pray. If you are, seeking intimate friendships, or if you just want friendships of any sort, if you want to understand where somebody is with you, I'm going to pray for you now. So if you're ready to pray with me, close your eyes and let's pray to God. Dear God, I thank you for today. I thank you for the ability for me to be able to share about friendships. I thank you for all the friends that you brought into my life, Lord God. And I thank you because I know that they're all blessings. I pray, Lord God, that you continue to help me and guide me through all my friendships. And as I pray for whoever is watching or listening to my voice, I pray for them and their friendships, Lord. I pray, Lord God, that you bring authentic friendships into their lives, Lord God. I pray you should show them who their friends are, Lord God. And I pray that people that are not meant to be in their area, not meant to be in their corner, Lord God, will move out of their way, Lord God, so the people that are meant to be can remain and come and move into their lives, Lord God. I pray, Lord God, that you help them to build true intimate connections with people and intimate friendships with people, Lord God, people that they can walk life with, Lord God. And I pray, Lord God, that out of their intimate friendships, Lord God, that they will meet and see and choose the person that they will do life with. I thank you for today. I thank you for your blessings. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. Thanks guys for watching. This has been Intentionally Waiting, episode 2, and I shall see you next week. Bye.